Hello guys and welcome to my channel Arrow Beast. In this lecture we will discuss about types of beam, starting with the types of beam. Types of beam. First one is straight and curve beam. Straight and curved beam. Second one is horizontal and vertically, horizontal and vertically and inclined beam and third one is statically determinate and statically indeterminate beam. And the fourth one is cantilever, simply supported and overhanging and continuous beam. Cantilever, simply supported beam, and the third one is overhanging and continuous beam. Going with the first beam, that is a straight and curved beam. What do you mean by straight beam? A straight beam is one whose axis is along straight line. For example, building frame. So, first one is a straight beam. And curved beam. So, a straight beam is one whose axis is along straight line because it's a straight beam. For example, building. Next one is curved beam. For curved beam, if the axis of the beam is curved, then it is called curved beam. Simple. If the axis of the beam is curved, then it is called curved beam. So, going with the example, for curved beam, it is chain hooks. Chain hooks is the best example for which one? Curved beam. So, second one is horizontal and vertically and inclined beam. Horizontal beam. So, horizontal beam, if the axis of the beam is straight and horizontal, then it is called horizontal beam. For example, beam of bridge. So, horizontal beam, if the axis of the beam is straight and horizontal, then it is called horizontal beam. Going with the example, that is beam of bridge. This is the best example for horizontal beam. So second one is vertically and inclined beam. Vertically beam. Vertical beam. Definition of vertical beam is that if the axis of the beam is straight and vertically, then it is called vertically beam. Best example is electric pole. So if the axis of the beam is straight and vertical, then it is called vertical beam. So best example is electric pole. So third one is inclined beam. Inclined beam. If the axis of the beam is inclined and straight, then it is called inclined beam. So best example is ladder. If the axis of beam is inclined and if the axis of the beam is inclined and straight, then it is called inclined beam. So best example is ladder. Okay, and the next one is statically determinate and statically indeterminate beam. Statically determinate beam. If all the reaction component can be calculated by applying the three conditions of the statically equilibrium, that is summation V is equals to 0, summation H is equals to 0, summation M is equals to 0, then it is called statically determinate beam. On the other hand, when we are talking about statically indeterminate beam, for that the definition is that if the number of unknown reactant component exceed the statically equilibrium condition, then it is called statically determinate beam. Statically indeterminate beam. So fourth one is the cantilever beam, simply supported beam, overhanging and continuous beam. So fourth one is cantilever beam. So cantilever beam, a beam fixed at one end and free at other end. A beam fixed at one end and free at other end is known as cantilever beam. Like that, cantilever beam. One end is fixed and another end is free. So next one is simply supported beam. Simply supported beam. For that, in a simply supported beam, the beam rests freely on the supports at its two ends like that, like that. Going with the definition. In a simply supported beam, the beam rests freely on the supports at its two ends. So third one is fixed beam, like that, fixed beam. If the both ends of the beam are fixed or built in walls, then it is called fixed beam. Means two ends are fixed for fixed beam. So next one is overhanging beam. If the end portion of the beam is extended beyond the support, then it is called overhanging beam. Like that. This one is for overhanging beam. So last one is continuous beam. So continuous beam, if a beam which is provided with more than two supports, then it is called continuous beam. So in the next video we will discuss about the loads and its type. So if you like this video, do subscribe.